So I don't take my phone is on do not disturb and the ringer's turned off
Mm-hmm.
while I'm working.
Yeah.
I get a text, which I didn't see that either until I went on my phone. Mom, pick up your phone.
Oh
Answer your
no.
phone.
Mom, it never fails. Yeah.
Yay.
All right. So there's one person in the waiting room. I'm going to check in on them to see what their intentions are. This is Mike Newmark with the Public Service Commission. We're going to be just warming up here for the Dawn Break Solar Pre-Hearing Conference. And I see Jay is a person who has joined us on the Zoom connection. I was just wondering if you're one of the people who have filed a request to intervene to become a party in the case, or if you're connected with the applicant. Just let me know. It doesn't look like you have a microphone for some reason from what I'm seeing here on the participant list, but if you can connect to me, then let me know. And then just so you know, the pre-hearing conference is for parties and commission staff, so members of the public who just want to observe or just want to not intending to intervene in the case, they should be observing through our live stream. And I can show so it's right on this page here. The public observation through our live stream, our YouTube channel will have that available for you to do that. And it's up and running now, so you might not have seen it before.
Long time no see, Kara.
Yep.
All right, with about a minute to spare, we are all into the pre-hearing conference here for Dawnbreak Solar. So I want to make sure got everybody. And there's someone who was joining in with the screen name of JAE, but then has dropped out now, so I had informed them about viewing the live stream if they're not connected with a party or commission staff, so maybe that's what they did. So we'll see. All right, but it looks like we got like 3 seconds to go. All right, looks like it's time to start. So let's get on the record. This is docket 2825 CE 100. Oh, and we have one more person. Hang on, let's go off the record. Now they're all coming in. Okay. Anyone recognize Jack O'Sullivan as a connected with party?
He's connected with Dawn Breaks.
Yes.
Okay, thanks. I'll just put that.
So is Drew Vielbig.
Whoever
Yeah.
just spoke, you were very quiet.
Okay.
That was Brian.
Okay. I know we're off the record, but I just thought I'd let you know because I couldn't hear very.
Yeah, we won't expect. I think we'll be expecting mostly the attorneys to be speaking here, but we'll see. And I'm trying a new setup here is to pin the attorneys to the screen, and then the other people, I think we'll have them just sitting out. How about Roseanne Coneval?
She's also with Dawn Break, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Make sure I'm spelling this right. DBS. I keep wanting to say DSB. I don't know why. And then this JAE is back. Anyone recognize that by chance? No. I'm going to admit that person now and then see if they could speak with us this time. All right, so we have a few more people connected to the Dawnbreak Solar Prehearing Conference. Did want to check in one more time with JAE, who joined us again. I just don't see that you have a camera or a microphone, so I'm not quite sure if you can let us know who you are and see if it's appropriate for you to be on the Zoom connection. Otherwise, I'm going to instruct you again to view this on the YouTube live stream, and if you can see the screen share, you'll see the live stream link here being displayed. I can see that it is up and running. So unless you can connect with us, audio or visual, I'm going to remove you from the Zoom. All right, well, we'll have you observe then by YouTube, so take care. Okay, so I think we're ready to go now. Did I say the docket, Dave? I don't think I said the
You
docket.
did.
I
You did.
Okay. That seems like ages ago. All right, so we're here on Zoom. We have parties and commission staff in attendance. Well, I guess they're actually now proposed interveners, not quite yet actual approved interveners yet. I haven't issued an order for that yet. But also we have the YouTube live stream going for the public to observe. And it's a pre-hearing conference, so we're here for parties, issues, schedule, and other facilitating matters. But before we get started, let me see if I have the service list here anymore. Oh, hang on. All right, there we go. So let's do our appearances on the record. We'll just start in alphabetical order with Citizens Utility Board.
Good afternoon. Daniel Narvi appearing for the Citizens Utility Board.
Hi there, welcome. And Clean Wisconsin.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Katie Nicola for Clean Wisconsin.
All right, and just Katie Nicola this time, right?
That's me.
I got it right for a change. Dawn Break Solar.
You have Brian Cahill of Godfrey and Kahn along with Mark Bender. And then there's a number of folks from Dawnbreak as well. Jack O'Sullivan, in-house counsel, Nick Haas, and Roseanne Carnival.
All right, great, thanks.
Oh, I forgot Drew Vielbig as well.
Okay. And Public Service Commission.
Kara Kuntz for the Public Service Commission, and my colleague is Mike Garcia. Michael Garcia is also here.
All right, great, thanks. So off the record, Debbie, I got a screenshot of all those names for you.
Okay.
All right.
I took a screenshot of
You already did. All right. I know it's a lot of names
Thank you.
at once. Okay, great. So, all right. So let's get back on the record. So that's our appearances. That's great. So thanks everyone for joining us. Now so like I indicated, I have not yet approved the intervention. My intention was to get this ball rolling quickly, and we just got interventions in. The intervention period just ended. But to get the schedule in place and to provide opportunity for discovery, just wanted to move ahead and get this pre-hearing conference in before I took the time to rule on the intervention requests. But having said that, I guess I haven't seen any opposition to the request to intervene. But I think there's an issue that I want to address before we move forward, which is with the Cubs intervention and the issues that it's raising in its request, and how that relates to the issues in the case, and ultimately the schedule and the rest of how we create the record. So this, I think we all understand, this is a wholesale merchant plant CPCN case where there's limited issues as compared to our more traditional utility CPCN case, and most relevant to that is the issue of need and cost, which, as far as how we've pursued wholesale merchant plant cases in the past, those two items are not part of the issues in a wholesale merchant plant case. And even with cases that we've seen a utility intending to purchase or acquire the project in question, the commission has so far, for the past, I guess it's 5 or 6 years, we've been faced with these kinds of projects. We've processed the wholesale merchant plant using the limited standards of that case, and then any application to acquire those projects by a utility has been handled in a different docket. Usually we call it a buy-sell docket. I think you all know, but just so for the record here, a BS docket. And so I guess I did want to hear a bit about what we would expect in terms of Cubs intervention and its interest in the issues in the case, and whether it has it's attempting to change the scope of the way we've traditionally handled wholesale merchant plant cases here, because the request to intervene seems to intimate that is what's intended. So I guess I'd probably want to hear from Attorney Narvi first, just to give us some more information about what Cub's intentions are regarding the issues and the scope of the proceeding.
Thank you, Judge. Cub understands that the CPCN statute constrains the Commission's ability to consider cost or economic factors in granting or denying a CPCN. We are not challenging that understanding here or seeking to change the way that you or the Commission regularly handle this type of proceeding. I understand that in our request for intervention, we did cite the fact that um, Wisconsin ratepayers will ultimately be taking service from and paying for these facilities, or at least some portion of them. They're out there as bespoke resources. The VLC, the very large customers, will also be taking a share of those costs. That was not intended to delineate the issues that we are um, trying to bring to the fore in this proceeding, but really just to outline why ratepayers have an interest in these facilities. It's a basis for our interest in that these are facilities that will be serving ratepayers, and ultimately likely some portion of them will be rate-based. Um, but that was not intended to indicate that that costs were the reason for our intervention. Um, in terms of specific issues, it's a little preliminary for me to say that there are specific issues that we plan to advocate on, but certainly um, many of the issues in the CPCN statute that do apply to wholesale merchant plants, including reliability and safety and environmental factors, are things that Cub uh, has at times stated an issue position on in the past, and probably more importantly, um, it's been the commission's practice to um, impose the commitments made in this docket onto the utilities in the buy-sell docket, as well as to carry through certain um, limitations on the utility in terms of altering the project um, based on the outcome of this proceeding. So because this docket and some of the decisions that might be made may be intertwined with ultimately what happens in the buy sell docket. At this preliminary stage, we at least need to be involved just so that we can have an opportunity to participate if there are issues that rise to our attention.
Okay. All right. Did anyone else want to comment? The applicant have any statement about what we just heard?
No, Attorney Narvi and I had talked before this hearing. I understand what Cub's position is and the concern that any conditions imposed here may be carried forward to utilities and impose additional costs on ratepayers. I understand that, respect that, and we don't oppose their request for intervention, understanding that they're not seeking to import any new standards or issues into this docket.
Okay. All right. Okay, so we'll leave it at that. And anyone else want to comment on this? No. Not hearing anything? All right. Okay, so with that, so like I said, there was no opposition to the request to intervene, so I can approve those. So our current parties will be the applicant, Citizens Utility Board, and Clean Wisconsin. All the participants, of course, commission staff and Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources, so you'll look forward to getting testimony from them as well. As far as the issues go, it's our standard CPCN issues list, of course, limited by the wholesale merchant plant limitations in the statute. Any comments on the proposed issue?
Dawnbreak Solar is fine with that statement of issues, Your Honor.
Okay. Sounds like nobody else has comment, so we'll approve those. And then the schedule, of course, you received a blank schedule. Again, like I mentioned, I wanted to kind of get this ball rolling. So before we had a commission staff schedule fully hammered out, we got the notice to parties and prospective parties. But I heard that we do have a proposed issue and a proposed schedule, and I think the applicants also responded with some modifications. I'm going to just display that on the screen share now. My understanding is that we're in pretty good agreement here. There is one caveat I'll add, but it looks like it's basically the hearing date, party hearing session. Because of the let's go off the record. So, Kara, is that right? We're sticking with 14. I can't. We have too many
Yeah,
cases
so
going on here.
the
Yeah.
other modifications we don't have an
Oh,
issue with,
well,
except for the party hearing session one. That one, due to so many conflicts,
yeah.
we
Okay.
would have to push it way out. So that's really the only one that
Right.
staff kind of needs to stick with is
Okay.
514.
Okay. Yeah. So let's get back in the record. So that was, yeah. Thank you for confirming this. But I think we had staff's proposal, and the applicant had requested changes to the testimony. And I think that would be fine, except we'll need to keep the party hearing session on the May 14th. So as you can see that there, I'll actually announce those dates once we make sure we're all in agreement. But is that going to be workable for the applicant?
Your Honor, the problem with the 5/14 date was that two of my three witnesses are unavailable that week. They're available the following week. We proposed the 21st, but any day that week they're available. But they're not. Even by Zoom, they were unavailable on the 14th.
And how about the other Cub? Any other issues with staff's proposing at this point?
We don't have any issues with either proposed schedule.
Okay. And Clay, Wisconsin?
No, we support. I guess we'd have a slight preference for Dawn Break's proposed schedule, but we can work with either one.
Okay. #21st. So let's just go off the record. So Dawn Break is not available for the entire week of the 11th?
Correct. The week of the 18th, they can make any day work.
Okay. Okay. So with staff's availability, would the week of the 25th work?
I don't have, unfortunately, the case coordinator's not on the call, but it sounds like there were several people who are going to be out of the office the week of May 18th through the 29th.
Mm-hmm.
Staff, the case coordinator had mentioned that the week of June 1st, but I don't know if that's pushing things out too far. Could work.
Let's see. Okay. Well, so do we don't have an extension for the 180-day period yet?
Not yet, I believe.
But if that was to occur,
Mm-hmm.
we would have a significant amount of time to weave in schedule if we were to move the hearing date a couple weeks. So the initial statutory review period would be June 13th if what I'm reading is correct, but we're not intending to meet that deadline, it looks, from the current schedule. So I don't think I have anything first week of June. Well, we'd have to do it either the 3rd or the 4th. 3rd, 4th, or 5th, I guess, would work, but not the 1st or the 2nd. So yeah, I mean, that's fine. It looks like we have enough time to do this, and there's no conflicts that I can perceive here. So yeah, if that's going to work, we can do first week of June for the hearing. So why don't we make it June 4th? And then, I mean, we can adjust. Well, the other deadlines, I think staff won't be available. So if we can hold to the other deadlines so we don't run into having whichever person who's not in have to respond to something or file something for that matter. So, and then we're doing 2 weeks for the initial brief, and 1 week for or actually, yeah, we had 2 weeks for the reply brief. So if we maybe want to curtail 1 week off of the reply, would that be okay for everyone, just so we can move the case along?
That would be fine, Your Honor.
So
Yeah.
8, yeah.
That works for us too.
Okay.
No issues.
All right. So that would, if I'm doing this right, that would be the 18th and the 25th. Okay. All right. So it looks like we're in agreement with all of that. So if I don't hear back from staff, like pull the rug out here, but should be okay. So let's get on the record. We will discuss the newly agreed to schedule of applicant direct due March 19th, staff and intervener direct April 10th, rebuttal April 28th, surrebuttal May 12th, the party hearing session 6/4, initial brief 6/18, and reply brief 6/25. So all the filings are due 1:30, of course. The party hearing session, we'll start that at 10 a.m. I think we can do this one on Zoom only. And the other dates I'll fill in terms of what's required by the FMO. Public hearing session, that's to be determined. So I'm not even going to guess. But so there we go. That's our schedule. Resolve that. So thanks everyone for being flexible with those dates. I hope whatever they're doing, they're going to have a lot of fun. So let's look at facilitating matters. Any questions, concerns about the way we've set up the facilitating matters in this case so far? No? All right. So just be sure to check it before you file, and I'll, of course, ask questions of commission staff if you have any. Otherwise, I think that's all we need. Is there anything we need to address before we adjourn? Not hearing anything. All right. Well, I'm glad we resolved this, and we have our schedule issues and facilitating matters all set up. So thanks very much, everybody. We're adjourned, and take care.
Thank you.
Thank you.